But we're going to start this afternoon in speaking with our municipal guest. He is a good friend of ours. He's been the village mayor of the village of Pelham. He's done such a tremendous job with his village. He has some things going on, whether it's housing that's being built, things that are happening on Main Street in the village, continuing development. I got a chance to be down there Saturday for a Double Eagle Scout presentation. And with that, let's turn over to our good friend, Chance Mullen. Mayor Mullen.
Thank you, County Executive Jenkins, and thanks everyone for being here. I'm excited to share a few updates on the work we're doing in the village of Pelham. It occurs to me it's a range of things. It's not one thing. We've got pretty full plates right now. So the first item on my list is one you all are very familiar with, our downtown improvement grant, which was granted to the village of Pelham alongside 4 other municipalities throughout Westchester by Westchester County. I am happy to share that in late February, we announced a local partnership between the Village of Pelham, the Pelham Chamber of Commerce, and the Catalyst of Westchester County's Office of Economic Development to launch a $100,000 grant program to support our local businesses and boost the aesthetic vibrancy of downtown Pelham. Through the grant program, we'll award individual reimbursement grants to local businesses for projects aimed at enhancing exterior facades. Things like installing new awnings, updating signage, creating outdoor seating areas, various facade improvements, and selected grantees can be awarded up to $5,000 to cover up to 2/3 of a project's cost. And if someone has a very big idea, we may award up to $10,000 to help them with something that's particularly ambitious. So since we announced, the applications have been coming into our local chamber. They've put together an excellent marketing strategy. They've also been hosting Q&As with local businesses. They've been walking up and down the street to help folks imagine what they might do with a little extra money. The deadline for applications is April 15th. It's just a little over a week away. So please get those applications in. If you want to apply, PelhamNYChamber.com has the application. Or if you have questions, you can email PelhamChamberofCommerce@gmail.com. The second update item I have today is related to the village's flood mitigation plans. A few years ago, we began what we knew would be a multi-year, multi-million-dollar flood mitigation project. We have 2 neighborhoods in our community that get hurt pretty bad anytime it rains, basically over 4 inches. And I know that folks throughout Westchester County are dealing with this. I think the county government has been a leader in this space, and we appreciate your leadership. We have a large watershed that the storm drainage equipment that we have just cannot support the folks in North Pelham and the folks in Pelham Heights, which is about 250 homes that are at risk of flooding. So our engineers put together a $36 million plan. Right now, we're in the engineering phase of the project, putting together all of that analysis and all of the construction drawings. Last month, we submitted grant applications through FEMA to hopefully secure about 75% of the funding, roughly $30 million. Grant applications, as everyone knows, take time to process, so we're hoping to overlap that process with our engineering phase. And tomorrow night, we'll be awarding bids for the geotechnical work that needs to happen in the village's roadways. This will help us meet our goal of getting to the 30% milestone by September. And I think on a rainy day like today, most of us living in communities that suffer from severe flooding know that days like this aren't very relaxing. Oftentimes, what I've heard in my community is people will postpone vacations and trips or sort of any out-of-town travel anytime they see rain in the forecast, because they know they're going to have to be there to deal with the sump pumps, to deal with whatever is going to come, because the times that they have left, they come back to standing water in their basement or sometimes even up to their first floor. So, so just know if you are in that position, we are working diligently to get this done, and I'm excited to get to this next milestone. Third item is much happier. So on a slightly happier note, we are finally moved into our new municipal center. The last time I was here, actually, I think the last 2 times I've been here, I've spoken about a project that we did, a public-private partnership that we created to build new housing in our downtown, new commercial storefronts, new parking, and also take on our aging facilities. We had a firehouse, police station, village hall that were all reaching the end of their useful life. We now have a new municipal center. In December, our fire department and village hall staff moved into the building. Last month, our police department moved in. One firefighter said, it's like sleeping in a hotel every night. So we're pretty excited about it. We are still doing a little bit of construction on the parking deck behind the building, but the next step is very important. We are very seriously planning the celebration, which should be coming up in mid-May, so please be on the lookout for that, County Executive Jenkins. We'll do some public tours, a flag-raising ceremony, a dedication, and believe it or not, on June 1st of this year, our village will be commemorating our 50th anniversary because the village of Pelham was created through a merger on June 1st, 1975. So we have a lot to celebrate. And with that, I will close out. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
I like that applause too, right? But first we want to thank Chance Mullen, the mayor of the village of Pelham, who is no stranger to us here. He's been here several times, but more importantly, the great work that's happening in the village, whether it's the flood mitigation activities, and everyone that's here, all the county legislators and everyone else understands how challenging that could be. You know, what Mayor Bramson that was here is here with us as well. He has his woods problem as well. You know, in the woods with all the flooding that has to go on, the studies that have to happen first, the work that has to be done through many different layers of government, being able to try to secure funding to be able to do that. Fantastic job, Mayor. And then turning over into the new municipal headquarters that's like a hotel, right? We're looking forward to coming and visiting, but the reality is that from the time that I know that I met you, that you were working on that to build a new firehouse when you first were running to elevate to be mayor in the village of Pelham. You were working on a firehouse that quite frankly was a place that we didn't even want to put a heavy fire truck into because it could not stand the weight, and to have that available for the village of Pelham, the municipal offices, it's another great opportunity. And the bottom line for the last thing about the downtown improvement grants, which everyone recognizes, and thank you, Mayor, for recognizing that it was something that came up, that was developed here in the county, and those downtown improvement grants have awarded for one of the other municipalities in Dobbs Ferry. They just recently got a momentum grant for $4.5 million because they were able to take the information from that study, leverage it, and utilize it in the application. And I know Mayor Mullen is already looking at making sure that happens. And the last thing, because we just came through March with all of the high holy days, and we always recognize that Mayor Mullen was the Grand Marshal in last year's Sound Shore Parade, and is certainly a great person to make sure that everything happens. So again, thanks a lot, Mayor Mullen, for being with us, Chance Mullen for being with us today, and bringing all that great information from what's happening in the village of Pelham.